Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your November, December, mid-month financial reading from Islandgirl Tarot. I want to thank you all so much for your likes, shares, and subscribes. I'm up to nearly 1,500 subscribers. Y'all are amazing. I'm $22.50 a minute for a 15-minute reading. If you would like to give that as a stocking stuffer, I'd be happy to work up a certificate, a gift certificate or something for somebody maybe that's never had tarot that might be interested. So email me at islandgirl2008@gmail.com. That's islandgirl2008 with 2 L's on the end of girl. islandgirl2008@gmail.com. Okay, Gemini. Let's see what we have for you. I've had some interesting synergies amongst some of the other signs, and some cards have been repeating. So let's see what happens with you, Gemini. Gemini. Ooh. Well, just off the top of my head, Gemini. Okay. Well, all right. Hang on. I think that you are very happy with what you're doing right now. You're loving what you're doing financially. You're making a lot of money at it. Okay. But I think there's trouble brewing. Gemini, these two cards, these three cards together, I got just several cards that are really not very good. I've got the Queen of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. And this, to me, is your boss at work kicking you out the door. And you were stabbed in the back on the way. Now, that's just very basic. I just really feel like the Three of Pentacles definitely represents work and the people that you work with. The Ten of Swords in this situation is going to represent being stabbed in the back by the people that you work with. And the problem is, this card is touching every other card. It's the center of my reading. So, like I said, the Lovers and the Nine of Pentacles, they're up in my upper left hand, which kind of means they're more in the past and maybe just right now. But as we move forward with this, it's almost like everything started out great with this job, and now you're like going, I don't know, maybe I need to move on. Because it looks like there's internal strife. I mean, if this is your boss, at least she's upright. This way she's a real witch. This way she can be she can be such a pain in the butt and a stickler that she's never happy. This is somebody that is just, you can't please given the right circumstances. And I also have the Ten of Wands here, which tells me that you're beaten and bloodied by this, Gemini. And the Lovers is your card. This is you. This is you. You started off, and everything was great. And I don't know whether somebody maybe moved on and you changed and you ended up with a new boss that just hasn't worked out the way that you wanted, because a lot of this is working well with others. This is working with other people and having to get along. And of course, I hadn't even wanted to pull it out. I almost think you're going to start looking for another job, Gemini, because the last card in the deck is in the reading is the Five of Swords. Well, that is a card of a fight with no winners. This is, you know what? F this. Pardon me. F this. This whole sequence of cards, the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and now the Five of Swords, is arguments, it's upheaval, it's bickering. And, it could be here with the Ten of Swords that you've just had enough. And you're done. You're tired of the people stabbing you back, because I do have two cards that show me that the way this is going to turn around is you're looking for another job. The bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands, and in the forward, one of the forward moving forward is the Six of Wands, Six of Swords, and it is literally moving forward. So I really think that you're either going to be looking for another job, or you're going to start thinking about looking for another job. I don't necessarily see you getting fired. Now, this can be a retirement card, but when I see this and this card together, and if somebody's come to me and they're talking about retirement, well, you're going to retire maybe earlier than you wanted to, and you're not going to have enough monthly income that you're expecting. Okay. The other thing about this card is, if you are moving, and even maybe you're moving for another job and you have already quit your job and you're relocating, be prepared for unexpected expenses. Just bingo, bango, bongo. Unexpected expenses. Almost every single time I get this card, if I walk out to the mailbox, if it's, if I happen to do a little morning draw for myself, I'll go out to the mailbox and there's a bill that I thought was taken care of or somehow resurrected itself. So I just think there is some strife, but I do see you moving onward from it. I really do. There, like I said, the bottom of the deck being the Ace of Wands is a very creative card. Now, there's also the possibility with the Ace of Wands and the Six of Swords together telling you maybe you should just go into business for yourself. Maybe it's just time to move on and just do your own thing. I keep, bringing up Etsy stores just because I know they're easy to do. But, even the mundane stuff, and while you're looking for a job, you could be doing this if you happen to be out of a job. You start your little Etsy store. Say you can either do tax returns, or you can, help people with their tax returns, or do help kids with tutoring, or just anything, or help kids with English or whatever, and just set up a way to help tutor kids through your Etsy store. Get people, get your friends and family, because if you're not certified and you're not a teacher and this, that, and the other, well, then the way to do this is going to be on feedback, and you build up your feedback. So you start with your, folks that you don't want to do your best friends, but I mean, maybe they're friends that don't know you, and just start getting your reputation built. And as you're looking for a job, even if it's $20 an hour, well, that's $20 you didn't have. So, just, that's just an idea. If you're thinking creatively, what you can do, what talents you have, and that people are willing to pay for talent. Okay. So with that said, let me pull Gemini for you. Hang on one second. I want to make sure my cards are. This is the Crystal Tarot deck by Philip Permute, and I really like it because it goes into the elements, and it'll give us, like, copper is good for this, and emerald is good for that, and it as far as bringing abundance into our lives. So let's see what the Crystal Tarot has for our Gemini friends. November, December 2016. The message for the King of Wands. Well, there you go. See, I think coupled with the Ace of Wands, it's really saying that maybe you should go out on your own and start your own business and become your own king. Let's see. We all know what the King of Wands in the Tarot deck means. It always gives a little bit of difference in when they do these do them as oracle cards. There he is. And I love the imagery of it. This is real pretty. Isn't that pretty colors? The crystal is indiolite. Indiolite. The chakra is the crown. Looking towards your next step, planning. The king represents the creative power that inspires your kingdom. Your mind is calculating your next project. And this is a time and space to work everything out. Don't act too soon, but don't delay. Once action, don't delay action once you have chosen your path. If you haven't started thinking about your next step, then now is the good time to do so. The king may also represent a man or your own masculine side. Keep positive and stay true to yourself. Others may try to persuade you to change your thoughts on a matter. Indicolite gives you faith in yourself, enhancing your creativity. Well, I think it absolutely plays to everything that I was saying in the reading. And I'm going to spell that for you just because I'm quite sure I'm butchering it. It is, well, now I read it. It's Indicolite. Indicolite, like an E up top. Indicolite. So there you go. Gemini, I certainly hope that resonated with you. If it did, please leave me some feedback. And by all means, again, if you're interested in a private reading, Islandgirl2008 at gmail.com. And that Islandgirl has 2 L's on the end of girl. And if there's anything else you'd like to chat or leave feedback about, by all means do so. I know somebody's asking me about the sunlight. I actually moved around in the deck, on the deck, trying to, so it doesn't hassle me so much in the morning. So I don't know if this is an improvement. I do love being out here. The winter is coming. I do have my heater, so I'll try and stay out here as long as I can. Take care, Gemini. Bye-bye.